What's up,
Ladies
Tim?
and gentlemen, what's going on? Voodoo.
I
Dude,
I
what
was
a
wondering if we got
crazy
disconnected there.
I know, came in a little slow. But man, dude, what a crazy 48 hours we've been kind of having here on the Phantom NFT ecosystem.
Dude, what is happening? Who is selling their umans? Because everyone's buying them. So I don't know who's selling right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. I'm just kind of going through the sales bot, and literally it doesn't matter what collection it is, it's selling. Whether it's Mingos, NFT Key is doing crazy volume with Mingos, Baby Chimp Gang, uh, Creatures of the Cave, Strange Ones. I'm looking right now at Zombies were flying this morning, and we've got Hex on. Uh, Dude, this is nuts. And then never mind the fucking Umans. The Umans are
Oh
going
man,
wild.
it's been crazy, dude. Just I don't know if you've slept. There hasn't been like a 10-minute time gap that's gone on in my Twitter timeline where you haven't tweeted about the umans in the last 48 hours. So are you doing okay? Have you had enough coffee? Are you good?
Took a little nap, got a little coffee in me. It's been a party. It's been like a 24-hour party. It's been great. I've been having so much
Dude,
fun.
yeah, it's always good when like your biggest bags pump, right?
Beautiful. And then I wake up to Galactic Gang going crazy. That
Yeah,
floor tripled overnight.
it tripled. Well, I listed mine for like
Tripled.
I bought mine for 0.11 ETH and just listed for 2.2. So I'll take a 20x, I'll take that if we
Yeah.
get it.
Yep.
So I
100%.
love that project, man.
100%.
Chris Dyer is the GOAT. So
Well, and
we're
then
here for the first time with the live studio audience. Pretty incredible. Yes, the production value with our show, it beats BitBoy, it beats Crypto Man Ran, it beats all of them. So man, I'm really good work, plot twist, good work. So
just
what do we
killing
got
it.
today, man?
Well, a lot. So we're gonna do a little bit of talk about the ecosystem because things are going crazy. I think everybody's pretty happy.
Heck
We've
yeah.
got we got a lot of talk about what's going on with the labs projects, and because of that, we brought in the two of the labs legends. We got Hex and Nimbus going to be drawing live, talking live. Uh, it is NFT alpha, so you'll be getting a ton of alpha on Creatures of the Cave Gen 2. Yeah, I'm super excited for this episode. This is cool. This keeps just getting better and better.
I know, man. So why don't we bring him on? Plot twist. Let's bring on Hex and Nimbus. What is
What's up, boys?
the
Going,
excitement?
guys?
What is going on? So we got Hex on here and Nimbus, both doxed for you. You know, Hex all the way from Portugal joining us, and Nimbus. Wait, are you in Colorado right now?
I'm in Atlanta right now.
Atlanta? Okay.
Yeah,
You need
for
to
the
hang out
moment.
with Dracula. Dracula Presley's there, man. You guys should hook up
Oh,
to that.
really?
Hang out. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick. I had no idea.
Yeah, any of our artists who are in town, any Potluck Labs artists, if they just find Dracula and go hang out with him, he'll give them 100,000 fang. 100,000 fang. Because he's a generous guy. So,
Yeah, I'll have to
well,
make
that's
that call
exciting.
then.
Heck yeah, man. So, welcome. We're so excited that you guys joined us. Number one, that you guys are on the Potluck Labs team. Because for anyone who doesn't know, I'll just share kind of the Potluck Labs Creature of the Cave journey here and where we're at now. But then I'll have both Nimbus and Hex kind of talk about their past experience with their other projects on Phantom, because they're both incredible artists with their own collections, their own collector base, their own fans. But basically, with Creature of the Cave, Plot Twist did the art, and then we brought in 10 celebrity artists, if you will, to do custom backgrounds. But we knew for Creature of the Cave 2 that we wanted to do some type of mutations, very, very much like the Mutant Ape Yacht Club. We wanted to take our current ones and make them cool. And after seeing what Nimbus did with the Baby Chimp Gang, and then knowing what Hex could do on the zombie side, because all his stuff was zombie, we thought, well, why don't we make Creatures of the Cave 2 be half mutants and half zombies and have them as our artists? And so they each did kind of like an Easter egg plant where they planted what the second gen, a hint to what the second gen was going to look like, with their custom 101 they did. And I think Nimbus's was the highest selling one. I think it sold for 1,500 Fantom. It might have been more, but his mutant piece on the secondary market went crazy. But what's happened once you actually start to see some of the images, or if you've seen them on Twitter, of what Gen 2 is going to look like, it looks nothing like nothing like their original kind of Gen 2 mock-ups, because they have taken it to the absolute next level for this project. So super excited. I think it's going to be like the best generative art quality. I mean, from what I've seen, that's all we do are generative projects, and the art blows me away. So super excited about it. But why don't we just hear a little bit? Hex, we'll start with you, because you're well known for your Zombie Society, and you are well known for being an artist where everyone's like, how is that even possible that it's generative? Like Tinfoil, I know you've said that to me, like looking at the zombies, there's no way this is generative.
No, they look like one of ones. It's crazy. The layering work that you guys are doing is wild.
Yeah. I think that's great part of the science is trying to make it not look like the science behind these type of projects, make it not look like generative. And this is something that I try to do for the zombies, having that fun side, but also the number of traits. And I didn't try to actually have a super rare traits, but a diverse collection. And it's something that I'm trying to also bring to creatures of the cave. It's been lots of fun working on this. You know, True Voodoo, I instantly accepted the invite, and I was confident that the collection will do pretty well. This was before the actual release of the first gen, and well, I guess it is 1 minute or less than 1 minute means. So I guess that's nice. So what I feel, it's a great honor actually to work on this collection, because I feel it's like an instant classic from the moment that it was dropped. I think everyone in Fantom knows the creators of the cave, and most of the people have one. And it's really cool to merge the things that I did with the zombies, to merge it here. And we are trying, both me and Nimbus, we are trying to step up a bit, like the amount of detail that we are putting in this. It was most than I expected when starting, but well, we are riding the fun of doing it, I guess. But yeah, and thank you for having me. I should have started with this, and with a good morning to everyone.
Yeah, we met yesterday, and I'm so appreciative of the work you guys have put in, because you've poured in a solid month of like every available bit of free time of making this project amazing, and we're still not to the finish line. So I know that Nimbus was like there, and then he had a backup issue on his software, so now he's got to go recreate, which I'm actually happy about, because when you go back and redo it, he's probably going to do it even better and more insane, because that's just how it works with artists who are perfectionists. And so Nimbus, man, we're excited to have you on as well, live from Atlanta. Man, talk to us about kind of your art and approach with what you're doing with the creatures.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited to be here again. Thanks for having me on the show, and thanks for having me on the team. I'm really happy to be working on Gen 2 for this collection. Kind of like what Hex touched on, I think that the original mint and the community around the original mint was so strong and so supportive, and I really wanted to find a way to give back to them, and my experience on Fantom wasn't doing these characters or really doing mutations. I kind of got my start by like embracing my graffiti style and trying to mint pieces that I had done in the past, and like from my straight out of my sketchbook, and it was really because of you and Tinfoil doing those giveaways on Twitter that I was able to find this like new style of working on characters and doing mutations, and I was really excited to do that first mutation for Gen 1, and to see it sell, like you brought up, was crazy. And then when you asked me to be the artist, man, there was nothing I wanted more at the time, because the community was so strong, and I really wanted to help with the project. So I was really excited to do that. But I would say that Hex actually completely changed the direction that I was taking this project. Originally when I started making the mutations, I was going kind of like with a simple layer base that was very much in line with the Gen 1 collection, and just adding mutations to Gen 1. And then Hex posts his first mutants, and they're just completely redone, with his grand level of detail and all of his new attributes. And I was like, oh man, like that's so cool. That's such a good idea. And it kind of got me thinking about ways that I could step it up and make more unique layers. And that's where we're at, man. And it has been such a journey. And I think that it has taken my art and my style to new levels. And I cannot wait to share it with you guys, with the community. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Man.
to me, I'm super excited about this because the idea that, what happened in that Discord when, you'd post a mutation and then Hex came in with the whole brand new head. Seeing what's getting created now, like to me, I appreciate it so much more because to me, it feels like this is like truly your guys' own art now. Like you're not mutating Gen 1 anymore. Like you're legitimately creating new creatures. It's just mind blowing to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, it's almost like the first collection is the blank canvas to work, to interact with. And allow me just to add one fun thing that sometimes I think about is if you remember well, everything started with a mutation for the I'm forgetting the name. The mutation that both me and Nimbus did for you, Tinfoil, actually. And it was super fun because the baby chimp, yeah, it was like a 5 minutes delay before Nimbus posts his version and mine. So sometimes I think it's like it was. It almost seems that it was the destiny to.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And those are the two that are just like, holy shit, I still have them like saved on my computer, phone, everywhere. Like, yeah, I plan on getting them printed at some point. Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah, what's crazy is I ended up with no baby chimps left because I was giving away the baby chimps to the people who were mutating. And so I only had mutated chimps until Tinfoil was like, "Oh, we got to fix that," and sent me one. So, but then also, if you guys can check, I think Nimbus on it might be from your screen. One of you's got like Discord or something open, and so it's giving a bunch of notifications or feedback in there, which I thought was my computer at first, but just for the sound quality, as people watch later. So Gen 2, a little alpha, if you haven't, if maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it or want an update, we have slightly changed our approach because this was always going to be, this is a big collection. It's always been planned to be a 6,000 piece collection with 1,600 being given away. And those 1,600 are being given 2 per Creatures of the Cave Gen 1 that you own. So if somebody owns 5 of them, they're getting 10 free. And those will be absolutely incredible. Super excited about that. But then we had 4,400 to mint at 20 Fantom is what we're going to do. So the art quality and everything was going to be incredible. And there's a reason for such a big supply because of what we're going to do next with it. So pretty excited about that. But that being said, looks like Hex disappeared into his drawing, but that's cool. There it is. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's cool. Wow. So there's a little bit of what's going on. So I guess Hex is going to draw while we talk. So, so sick. I'm literally going to be too distracted to to talk here. So what we decided to do is we are going to be launching on half of it on Fantom and half on AVAX. And so we are really excited about what we're going to be doing in the Avalanche community, and the potential that brings to the Fantom community to bring more eyes into our space. But that means there's only going to be 1,400 for sale on Fantom at 20 Fantom each. So that's going to sell out like that, I believe. And so it's going to be super incredible. But then we're going to also have 300 total, so 150 per chain, super serums available. And the super serums is what I'm most excited about, because these are going to be characters that you can cash in basically the super serum to mint. And it won't be a zombie or a mutant. It'll be a piece that's actually worked on by both Nimbus and Hex. And they're both going to be blending their layers, making all new layers, blending their art together. And it also won't just be the closed wing bat. They have total freedom to create an all new version of the creatures. And so those are going to be absolutely incredible. They'll be at a premium price, but there'll only be 150 of them. And just like all these, you're actually minting serums. So you can hold on to the serums and hope that their value goes up over time, just like the mutant apes have done or bored apes have done with the mutants. Or you can just cash them in right away and basically exchange your serum for a mint of a zombie or a mutant. So super excited with what we have coming there. And honestly, the project should be ready in the next few weeks. We're targeting a mid-February launch. So super, super excited. Tinfoil, I'm just going to watch him draw for a bit. So you talk.
I know, it's crazy. Nimbus, I do want to talk to you a little bit about this because, I know Hex is coming in. He had Zombie Society already done. He'd had experience in the generative process. I don't think you had experience with the generative stuff yet. So
No, I
what's this
haven't.
been like? What's the learning curve been like?
Honestly, it's been a little steep, or it was at the beginning, because I was trying to match like the complication that Hex was doing in his, and I still wasn't familiar with the attribute process or the variable process and how exactly it worked, you know. So after drawing a few ideas out of like what the full characters would look like, I had to really go back and think about how to keep the shadows and like the lighting that I was making and the details, and make it so it could still stack and look right. And it was honestly a lot more thought than I had originally anticipated. But once I figured that out, and it kind of just got down to a science, and so then I just revisited the characters, and coming up with those layers was a lot easier than it was at first. But we're in a good place now, and I still am very curious about the generative process and how that. I don't know, because I don't even know what they're all going to look like. You know, I just drew the assets. I have
Yeah.
no idea how like half of them are going to look. So I'm really excited to sit down with Plot Twist and put them in the computer and see what the results are, because I think it's going to be really interesting. But yeah, man, it was definitely a learning curve, but I'm very grateful for the experience. And I don't think that this is going to be the last project that I do, because it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Teens on Acid. We just had a conversation with Teens on Acid. Was it yesterday, or the day before? Where he's like, can I see all the all the generative ones? And we're like, no, dude, like that's the whole point of the whole generative project, is like you guys are gonna have just as much fun as we are seeing what's created. It was a big thing with the Engraved Spirits. That Bush Doctor did not want to give up it to the AI or to the computer. Um, I think it's such a cool concept, and it part of it, like having done this a few times now, like dude, I'm so excited for you guys or you especially, to see what is created out of your art.
Yeah, it was super scary, to be honest with you, you know, because I'm such a perfectionist about the work that I do, especially these mutants and these characters. Like, they become like my brain baby. And to just give all that power up to a computer and be like, okay, like you handle half of the creative process, and like there's nothing I can do about it, is like super stressful.
Well, what's so cool for the audience, I'm going to be looking at the comments here to see, is I want you guys to realize these guys aren't that talented. All Hex is doing is he took a coloring book and he's just tracing the outline. That's all he's doing. It's just really advanced coloring books in Portugal. You buy them with these zombie type characters, and you just color 'em. And yeah, the coloring is good. Like that's better than that I can do, but it's just tracing. I mean, there's no way he drew that ahead of time, right? So, just kidding. So this is American sarcasm. Sometimes on Twitter, people don't realize I'm sarcastic. I'm pretty sure it's not a coloring book, but I can't confirm. But if we did make coloring books of this, I would buy it, and I would do it. So
It'd be hard to color in. There's so much detail.
no, it'd be real basic, just like 2 crayons, and I would just, I'm not
Okay,
going
we'll put
to
the
do
numbers
this.
in there. You can get a color by number
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah, my daughter she like we went out to eat the other day, and she can do the color by numbers or whatever, connect them all. She's 6, but then my 3-year-old son, he wanted me to help him. He's like, okay, which one? And I would point to it and say 1, and then he would just scribble all over that one, and then which one 2. There's no connecting the line. So I imagine that would be what it would look like if I was trying to do what Hex is doing. So
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, let's do this. Because I know we're going to take more time and then we can come back, but why don't we jump in while if we're able to do the topics while he's drawing, we can jump into the topics. And Nimbus, we'll just throw it to yeah, awesome. Perfect. So Nimbus, what we do here is we just kind of go through and music NFTs is kind of perfect to have you on. I actually was
a
not
great segue.
I was not even thinking when I picked the topic that one of our like the Jukebox Collective artists who is helping spearhead this whole thing. I think you just got off a call with them helping plan this.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you start off and just talk to us about what is the state of music NFTs? What's happening with the Jukebox Collective that you're excited about what you guys are going to be bringing to the Fantom NFT space?
I think that music NFTs, especially on Fantom, we have some incredible artists, but finding the foundation for the platform or the community that wants to support and wants to actively be a part of music NFTs is a lot harder to do. And I think that the team that we're working with now, I see we got Haz in the chat, we got Illuminati Congo in the chat, man. Like the talent is here. There are people here that make incredible music, and I think that the new approach with getting more involved with the art projects and the Fantom projects is going to be a good way to go. So we're working on our first album right now as a collective. We've been throwing out ideas and collaborating a little bit on tracks, and there's some really cool direction going on. But I think that what's been missing from how we've been doing music in the space is that community aspect. So we want this to be less of like, come in and mint our song and then you have our song. It's like, no, come be like a member of the jukebox in this community and let us play music for you guys and come watch us play music. And like, if you make music, come be a part of like our jam sessions and like, let's get connected and make it a little bit more than just like buying and selling music, and I think that that's how all music is done, because you need that fandom, you need that community that supports you, or like you're just a guy making beats in his bedroom, right? And I think that that's where it kind of gets hard to step into space because of like how personal music is, that it is on a very social level. And I think that finding how to operate inside of the crypto space and maintain those values is hard to do. And by embracing these projects that are already existing visually, we can kind of take it a step farther than we have. So I guess that's what we're working on now, and I'm very happy to be working with these guys. There's so much talent in the jukebox, man, and this first album is going to be awesome. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited for music NFTs entering the space. We've been having a conversation over quite a while about the idea of like, how do you get people to get into music NFTs? And like a lot of it comes down to education. Some of it is just a successful project. So now you're starting to see some successful projects pop up that are music NFT based. Some celebrity projects pop up. Sometimes that's all it took for CryptoPunks to blow up to go like, oh shit, JPEG's gonna have value. So I think we're going to be continuously moving through these different fields where, you know, and the NFT industry just empowers creators and collectors and community. Like, to me, that's all it does. So every industry that involves those people is just going to get swallowed up by this industry.
I agree with you, man. You kind of touched on what I was saying by the social aspect. Is I feel like the people who are moving music NFTs or like coming to the crypto space and having success selling their music are already very well established artists or producers. I think that Ill Minds is a great example of that. Like he came in and just adopted crypto full force. Like he's got NFTs that like allow you to purchase his sample packs and his beats, and then he has his own coin that you can use to like book sessions with him. And then he built a VR studio so he can invite in people and actually mix songs and produce songs like in a metaverse. And he adopted the wave in like 2017, 2018, but he already had a massive following. So I think that's where you see a lot of success. But my problem with that is it's so individualized, that's so down to the individual, down to the creator. And I think that being on Fantom, we're all about this community of people that we have here, and the love and the support that's here. And I think that growing our own type of collective or label or jukebox, whatever you want to call it, is really important. And that we bring some more people involved, because I don't want it to just be about me and my music. I don't think that any artist that I'm talking to wants it to just be about them. They want it to be about bringing each other up and building something for music that's sustainable. I know that Audius, dude, I thought Audius was going to be the one. I really thought that Audius was going to be the streaming platform for music on crypto, but it seems in light of recent articles that their tokenomics, I don't know if it has to do with Solana or with how they built the platform, but their tokenomics just aren't going to make it supportive. It isn't going to be able to handle adoption. At least it won't be able to pay artists the way they wanted to. So something else is going to have to happen, and I hope that we can make it on Fantom just because of how well Fantom works and how scalable it is. And I know we got the talent here. So,
Damn right.
Man, would you say that music artists need to build on Fantom? Would you say they need to build on Fantom? Is that what needs to happen?
yes. Yeah, I would say that if you are an artist who makes music and is trying to get into NFTs, Fantom is going to be the place to be. I mean, it's so fast, and the community here is just incredible. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Congo. See, yeah, Congo knows what's up. He's on Audius as well.
Dude, he has been an awesome new member to our community recently. So,
Oh man, his music is sick.
Yes, it is. It's very sick. So when I messaged him about the music side, he was like, "Yeah, just point me in the right direction, man. I'm in." So I'm excited to see what he brings to the collective. Also, I just want to say that when Hex's face came back on screen, I was very disappointed. I've never been more disappointed to see someone's face ever. I just wanted to watch the alien being drawn or the zombie. And also, before he said to us, he said before we got on air, he said, I don't know what I'm going to draw. I just whipped up something. I just drew something up real quick. And so then he didn't bring on the layers. So he's just, coloring in that shape. And I'm like, oh, this is cool to see his detail. And then he throws on the layers, and you realize that when he just whips something up real quick, he's doing like an epic layer on his creature. I mean, the level of skill view artists is just, it's pretty mind blowing. So also because of technical issues, I don't think he's able to talk while he's drawing. So we'll come back to you later. It's not that we don't want to hear you talk. We want to see the art so bad. So we'll come back to you for the last few minutes for sure. All right, let's talk about what's minting. Not necessarily what's minting with Potluck Labs, but just what's minting on Fantom that we're excited about right now.
All right, I'll start. I'll start with Weaponized Countries is doing like a mint one get one free. Triton's on that team. Nimbus, Triton as part of the collective. So they've done a whole UI redo. You're going to have battling countries. So they're trying to mint out now. So that they've got mint one, get one free, I think is how that deal works out. I'll go again with Phantom Boy Visionary Boy. I think that's an important one. They just put a billboard up in Hong Kong where we had Phantom Boy displayed up in the center of Hong Kong. So they're kind of trying to tap into different markets, and I think that's super bullish for Phantom.
Yeah, I was gonna get one in my little town in Texas, but we don't have any video billboards, and so I don't know how it's gonna work, but we're working on it. We're gonna make it happen. Also, I'm pretty famous now because my tribute piece and your tribute piece made it on that Hong Kong billboard. And so I don't know if anyone connected the dots that that's me, but I want royalties. I honestly didn't sign away the rights for anyone to use my NFT on that billboard, but I was just crazy. I literally thought this is like he edited some video to make it look like this. Like how is that even possible? I don't know where the money's coming from. I don't know his connections, but that is the coolest thing for Fantom NFTs I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so high quality too. So my last two is Phantomons. Everybody's got to mint Phantomons. Go get your trainer. Go mint Phantomons. I've been making sure that I sing to each of my Phantomons every day, so that I'm already up to like 6 flare on all my legendary trainers. I'm sending them on journeys now and everything. This GameFi is getting crazy.
That is definitely cute. That and you're up to 6 flare.
Yeah. And then my final one is going to be Slottopia, just revolutionizing the minting experience. We'll be getting into the metaverse soon, but yeah, you get to go into the metaverse, mint your sloth. As a sloth, you're going to mint a sloth, and then you become the sloth that you minted.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that for multiple reasons. We've talked about it before, but we're very bullish on Slottopia. Just in the fact that it is, not just in the fact, but in the fact that it is a 3D metaverse. So that's really the only of its kind on Fantom, but it also can go cross-chain, and then your avatars, like your sloth, the great thing about avatars, you're not limited to that world. So you could take that to anywhere that's a VR-enabled place, essentially, and you can be your sloth. And I minted, so I also saw, he said that's like 75% unique minters so far, because when you're minting an avatar that you can be, you really only need to mint one unless you're unhappy with your mint and you want to go get a second one. And I was telling Tinfoil yesterday, I posted on Twitter mine, and I got the Kobe jersey, number 8 Kobe, which was sick, super excited. And then I got a super rare hat, but I'm not too happy with the look. It's a painter's cap. And so the only way I can make it sound cool to combine a painter's cap with the basketball jersey is that I'm an artist on the court and off. And I don't know if that's going to pick up the lady sloths in the metaverse. I just don't know if I've got the look. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Nimbus, you excited about any right now? Are there anything you're minting? I don't know if artists, like, if you just take the Fantom you make from selling your art and then you just go mint other art. Like me.
I'm super excited for the teens on Acid Mint, man. I cannot wait. That is such a good looking project, man. I mean, like, for me, I don't really ape utility ever, and that's definitely cost me a nice bag. But I like to ape art. That's like really what I believe in. So like, if I see something and it catches my eye, that's what makes me want to buy it. I'm not really focused on like staking or any gamification. I'm just looking for cool art, and I will say that I'm a big fan of what Teens on Acid is doing, and I cannot wait for that collection to mint. I will definitely be grabbing some of those.
Man, I totally agree with you, and it's funny because I come from working on the DeFi side of things with Potluck Protocol and being a part of that. So you'd think that I care about NFT staking and having some type of utility that makes you money. But for me, it's all about the art, man. If the art's awesome, like the humans, there is utility coming, but there's no utility. It's just you're a part of an awesome community, and the art is awesome, and it speaks for itself. And so I think that's one of the things from coming into this space at the Tombhead auctions, is that you're buying one of one pieces at high end, not for utility, but great art is its own utility. And what I love about artists like what you all are doing with this project, what Teens on Acid did, what Bush Doctor and Cavarters did with Engraved Spirits, what Splarg did, and you can go on and on with our projects. But it's great art in a generative form that at a very inexpensive cost, so it has its own value, you know. But on top of that, we're working really hard to reward our buyers further, and so we're going into labs projects here. So a nice little segue for you. You know, good job, Nimbus, bringing up one of our projects. The first thing I want to bring up is Engraved Spirits. I'm going to make a post about this later today. There's just been so many things to post about. Don't want to take attention away from other things. But we are going to airdrop one airdrop to all the holders. So it's a banner. I'll post it on Twitter. They're done. They look amazing. But you get a custom banner for the collection, so you can kind of brand your PFP on Twitter and then also your Twitter header to match. Super sick. It'll be its own collection, so there'll be resale value, but it's going to be a totally free airdrop to all holders. And along with that airdrop, it's going to be, I think, in about 48 hours that we'll do it. The minter is going to close. So as soon as that, basically we take the snapshot in 48 hours or so, then there's no more chances to mint. So if you want to get a 2-for-1, essentially go on engravedspirits.com, you get you one of those. So that's that project. Then next, I mean, yeah, you just mentioned it, but Tinfoil, love to hear you talk a little bit more about Astro Kid, what's going to come with that, because we're launching that on 3 chains. You know, it's Fantom, then AVAX, then Matic. Super excited. I think it's going to be a legendary collection. But I fully expect it to break our sellout record in time because the art is that good.
Yeah, to me, this is one of them like wild, like blue chip opportunities. So like there's an aspect to NFTs where, because I got in early, like the NFTs that have brought me the most value like weren't expensive mints. The ones that were expensive mints, like I've only lost on, really. So like with Teens on Acid, I mean, to me, he's already like this iconic artist that is just building this brand. The Acid verse, like again, it's that you can just envision this whole metaverse world that he's building. What are we doing? 1111 on Fantom, at 20 or 25 Fantom, at 20. It's like that blows me away. In terms of supply, price, quality of art, you look at these things and it just has that iconic look to it. Like you don't know what the it factor is, but it feels like it has it, you know? And then part of the thing why I'm so bullish on Umans is this idea of cross-chain. Like we see the world going cross-chain. I kind of see people as tribal and trying to stay on their chains a little bit. So the idea that you're then going to other chains, building your brand on other chains, to me, yeah, it's also bullish for the whole brand and any of the holders of the early stuff. Like, and just much like Bored Apes becoming, much like I think Umans is becoming, like you're going to have these NFT projects that do legitimately become global brands, where you're going to have in 10 years TV studios reaching out to these projects, wanting to create shows, fashion lines, just all kinds of stuff. You'll have clubs that offer access. Certain nights will be discounted for stuff in Miami or whatever. Like, you know, the future of this stuff is getting crazy, and to me, you're gonna want to be a part of the Acidverse. Yeah, that's my
That's
thoughts
awesome.
on that one.
That's awesome. Couldn't have said it better. You know, I think talking about the cross-chain aspect, if you think on DeFi and why people even came to Fantom in the first place, a lot of times it's exploring different layer 1s, exploring layer 2s, and seeing which ones have the best experience with the best opportunities. And I think when people come to Fantom, they see incredible communities, they see incredible DeFi opportunities, with a great network that's fast and secure, and just there's so many good aspects. So with going cross chain, I don't see why people don't need to stay siloed. It's, hey, we're going cross chain, and you get to go experience other chains. But I think what's going to happen is it's inevitably going to be like a magnet drawing people back to Fantom, as the collectors and the fans who become collectors of our artists on other chains track us back to where's the rest of their art, where are their 101s, where are their Genesis projects. Oh, they're on Fantom, let me go experience that. And just like all of us who are on Fantom came here and got stuck here after experiencing it, I think it's going to have that same magnetic pull on just the ecosystem in general with crypto NFTs. And so I'm really bullish on, like, the reason we're going cross chain is because we are bullish on the future of Fantom NFTs. I think people think it might be the opposite, but it's just the reality is there's bigger buyer bases on other chains right now, and our art is better, I believe, than what's available there, and our community is better. And so to be able to bring that, it's going to attract the buyers here. So super excited. Also, before we go on to the next one, I just want to mention we've got some incredible things planned with Strange Ones. We've got this kind of secret alpha, but now here you go. We are adding tons of accessories, tons of things, changing the Strange Ones, and we'll be launching them on AVAX as well. And basically going cross chain with them to keep the Potluck Pigs, because the Rat Pack are going to be on AVAX, and to keep that whole storyline also going cross chain. So super excited there. If you're a Strange Ones holder, that's our biggest user base. We have like almost over 600 addresses out of 1,080. So really excited about that. But yeah, let's talk about metaverse play. So we already mentioned Slottopia, so you guys can really go whatever direction you want here. But first, Nimbus, I want to throw it to you. I didn't prep you ahead of time, but you had created for your holders a really unique experience. And it wasn't necessarily one that you had to log in with a MetaMask on Fantom or whatever, but you used what was available, and you created an awesome gallery that gave your users a unique experience. And I think that would be a great thing for any artist on Fantom to do. And so why don't you talk a little bit about that and where you hope to take that, to kind of give some alpha to maybe the other artists who are on here to provide a better experience for their users.
Totally. Originally coming in, I came to the Tombheads auction house after discovering the Fantom Degen Discord and meeting Dubwise and Clockworky, and Clockworky introduced me to, the Tombheads auction house, which is how I ended up there. And that's where I started doing, well, I guess I listed a few pieces and they sold, and then I got in touch with holders and they were like, we'd love to see you put some pieces up in Tombheads. And then I reached out to Gab, and it was in the first auction where I was realizing that all these projects were providing some sort of utility, whether it was an experience or a metaverse, or I don't know, just great art that had resale value. And, I was doing it for fun at the time, to be a part of the space. And when I wanted to take it more seriously, I was like, it'd be really cool to give holders a way to view this art, at the scale it's supposed to be viewed. Because I feel like a big part of seeing graffiti pieces is being able to see them like on a wall really big, like in front of you. And, when you're buying these 800 by 800 JPEGs, like you really can't get that experience, and I wanted a way to make that accessible and virtual. And it's like, how do we do that? And I knew that I needed to build some type of metaverse or browser experience that would allow viewers to hold it. And originally I started just building my own in Unreal Engine, and building my own 3D assets in the walls and uploading images. And the gallery that I built is really cool. And it's actually at a place now where it has some audio reactive elements. So there's like different light sources and shapes floating around that will change based on the sound and the music that's playing. But unfortunately, as finished and as thought out as that is, I am not a developer. I don't know how to bring it to Web 2 or even Web 3. So my alternate solution, the one that I'm currently using, is to host the experience through a website called Spatial.io, which is free to use. If you're an artist on Fantom, I highly recommend checking it out, because it basically gives anybody and everybody the ability to make a VR and in-browser gallery for their artwork. So that's what I'm currently using. And basically, if you purchased a Nimbus piece from the my first collection, which was like the graffiti collection, I would reach out to you privately and give you a one-of-one invite to the gallery space. So it allowed holders to come and view the pieces that they bought in a immersive space. But like you did touch on, I really am looking to make this more of a Web3 based experience with like a MetaMask connection or something like that, because I think that having to reach out to holders individually and ask for an email address and send them an invite is, I think that's the technology that I'm trying to move away from. I'd like people to be able to just buy a piece and go to the gallery and see their work and maybe never even have to have that interaction with me, because I think that some holders aren't really looking to have this like experience with the artist. They just want to experience the art, and I want to make that happen. So I'm definitely looking. Yeah, I want to work more on that in the future, but that's definitely an avenue for artists to take now if they want to.
That's awesome advice, man. And my vision, like I can see this very clearly in the near future based on what Slottopia is building, but whether it's Slottopia or on other metaverses, but on Fantom, we have Slottopia as a great option for this in the future. But I see the ability for you to have a gallery, in any artist to have a gallery in Slottopia where people can go and interact. Because it's smart contract enabled, they could buy your pieces directly there. So rather than listing on PaintSwap or NFT Key, you can have your pieces directly for sale on there, which I think would be incredible. There's just so many things. I mean, music artists having it where people can like basically go up to a jukebox there, pick the track, purchase the track, and then play the track in the metaverse. So everyone who's there gets to hear it. I mean, there's just so many options that's way closer than we think. It is like it's almost there. So just excited about it. Also, 8-Bit Tinfoil, they just had a big partnership announcement, I think, with Clover Finance. Going forward, I'm not sure what that's going to do besides like funding, but when you're building a metaverse, I think funding is an important thing and big partnerships are important. So obviously that's bullish. I don't know what it means exactly, but I'm excited about it as someone who owns land. Potluck Protocol, we're excited. Jukebox has land there. We're excited about that. Any other metaverse stuff you want to mention?
No, we're excited about it, man. Uman's working on, been seeing the previews of the ancestral 3D avatars. Like, we're not far away from being able to do these little YouTube shows as avatars, like this stuff is coming real fast. And I don't know if people really understand that. So I think it's important, like right now in terms of the NFT market, it's important to get behind artists and teams that you really believe in. And that kind of have, to me, like this is the vision needed to take your projects to the next level, because it is about building a brand. And, with the amount of projects that are going to continue to come into the space, it's going to be hard to stand out. So you're going to have to do some special stuff to be able to do that.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm excited to just show up to all my meetings in real life. Any Zoom meeting, Microsoft Teams, whatever, as a potluck pig. Like that's when I know that NFTs have won the war, Dude,
I got one of them red strange ones I would definitely rock.
Oh man, that red strange one holding the diamond, or doing its thing with the diamond is incredible. So I minted literally 20, and 20 at first, and then 15 more later. Like since we didn't mint out right away, so I minted 35, and my top rarity was like 105.
Oh.
Like that's literally almost impossible. So it is not rigged. Potluck Labs is not rigged, at least for me. Now I say that, but then one of our, he does all our marketing, Discord stuff. Fanny's dude, Fanny's, he got himself the number 1. So a member of the Potluck Protocol, Potluck Labs team did get number 1. So maybe it is rigged,
Right.
but it's just not rigged for me. So appreciate all the work he does. Also want to give a shout out to our whole team right now, since we're talking about Lab Mints. We've got the 4 of us who are kind of at the forefront, and Plot Twist is on here. He's producing, making the great sound effects. It's just absolutely bring in the content. But without him, we couldn't do any of the technical stuff that we do. We got Tinfoil, we have Dracula Presley, who's the head of everything Potluck, myself. But then we got an awesome team, a support team. And, there's so much more than just like moderators or admins. Like they handle anything and everything that we can't handle. Like they fill in all the gaps. So it's like if you got the bricks that you're building a house with and the mortar that holds them all together, that's really the support team that's making it all happen. But a lot of times they're behind the scenes. And so we got Alucard, who, man, it's hard for me not to like say the real names, knowing them and like being on a normal chat, very hard. You know how that is, Kyle, right? And so we got Alucard, we've got Fanny Zoo, we've got Anonymous, Anon, who is absolutely a Discord, like a genius. And then we got I don't even know what his name is on there, but we'll just call him the Bogman. But we got the Bogman who does a lot of our videos, and so the four of them make everything happen. So in our Discord, they're like they never sleep. They're always doing stuff to help support the projects, make things happen. So thank you for what they're doing, because the labs mints wouldn't happen without them. So talking about what's happening, we've already talked tons. Tomorrow is really one of our last big, huge mints for a little bit on Fantom before we start moving cross chain with some of these mints. But then we have another mint coming up, and it's really dependent on market conditions. Hopefully we can launch it Friday, but we may not. But it's going to be a 4-in-1. It's launching the Jukebox Collective. It's going to have a piece from Stephen Vinyl, an audio from Stephen Vinyl, an audio from Triton, and it's going to be the debut in NFTs on Fantom for Ned Peppermint, which is the best name ever for an artist. So, with his collection called the Fat Birds, which is a generative collection, incredible. So you're getting a PFP plus a banner. So it's 4 NFTs in one for 13 Fantom. 13 Fantom. So it's going to be crazy, tons of value, but really it's going to be an experience. And so I'm not going to release all the details till after the Teens on Acid and the Astro Kid Mint, but hopefully it's going to be an experience in Spatial IO where it's like, live music, DJ, get to really experience the art all around you. So we're working out the kinks, making sure it will work. But if it doesn't work this time, we're going to start to bring that so that the minting experiences are something special. Or the minting parties, at least. The minting experience is still not Slottopia level. It's just you go on the website, but at least the minting party can be awesome. Then after that, Saturday, this is the big news. Saturday, we launched the Rat Pack on AVAX. Super excited. We have 3 big partnerships on AVAX. The Pink Flamingos, the Mingo crew. They are our first biggest help. They have helped us tremendously, introducing us to everyone. If you don't own a Mingo, that floor has risen by like 100 Fantom in the last 24 hours because Tinfoil made a tweet because it was already super thin. And then besides them, the Illuminati Owls, super happy to be partnering with them in our launch. And then the AVAX Degen Club, which is led by Cryptuker. Really excited. So we got 3 awesome partnerships. We're going to be doing some free airdrops for their communities. But we're just really excited to bring the Fantom art over to another chain. So that's going to be happening Saturday. So pay attention to details. We'll put them on Twitter. There's going to be a lot of info about this starting Wednesday. But Saturday, the 5th at 9 p.m., new minting time. We're going to give the Australians time to wake up. And we're going to be doing the minting party 30 minutes beforehand, 8:30 p.m. UTC in the Mingo's Discord. So we are going to bring our experience and our community to the AVAX community. Okay. And so it's going to be super exciting, but we love, even if you're not minting, if you're a part of our community on Fantom, we'd love for you to be there to support. We'll have a lot of influential people on AVAX there checking it out, being involved with it, being on stage with us. And so it's going to be a really unique experience, and just super excited for what's going to happen there. Any thoughts about that mint, Tinfoil?
Yeah, well, a couple things. So one, we've been getting great reception over there. Everybody loves the art. I've been seeing the rats got posted a couple times by a couple people on AVAX, and was going through the comment section. People loving them. So that's awesome. I mean, we're bringing value to communities on AVAX. I think that's just a great way to introduce ourselves. Yeah, and then the idea that we're going to kind of bring our parties mobile is a whole lot of fun, because this is how I think we're personally going to meet a whole ton of new people. I think it's going to help us personally, like followers wise, and for the potluck projects, getting our image and name out there. Yeah, I'm excited to bring the party on the road into some other Discords.
Heck yes. And then after that, it's going to be kind of rapid fire with our projects. And it just depends on how quickly they get done. I mean, we've got this incredible orc project, which is yet to be really named, but it's going to be 4 characters that would be like World of Warcraft quality video game characters that will definitely have to be turned into avatars. And I was talking to Sarge from Phantom Punks, and he's like, you all have to make a game. And it can be Potluck Labs projects against each other, but he's like, it's the orcs versus everybody. and And I told him my money's probably on the orcs because they just seem pretty tough. But I don't know. We'll see when these mutants and zombies get done. And so, yeah, super excited. We've just got so many good projects lined up. It's going to be so much fun. And if you are one of our Fantom holders, I'm not going to tell you all the benefits that are going to come because it's going to be super exciting for you. But you should probably just buy whatever you can of ours. And I would highly encourage you to own at least 2 of our projects. At least 2 of our projects. There will definitely be a special advantage very soon for people that own 2 of our projects. Now that we have like 6 or 7 now, so it shouldn't be too hard, but you want to own 2. And so just putting that out there. There will not be great benefits if you only own 1. You got to own 2. The last thing I'll mention, we've talked about it a little bit in previous times, but actually, I don't know if we did talk about it last week. We've just been talking about it on Twitter in our Discord party, but we are launching a Potluck Labs ecosystem token. Now, this token is not designed to have any value on the market. Okay, this is a token kind of like you'd have a membership to a club. It's basically a token you'll earn every day for holding Potluck Labs projects. You won't have to stake. It'll automatically, as long as you have them in your wallet. So if you have like 10 different Potluck Labs NFTs, you're going to basically get 10 Labs tokens a day. Those tokens will be able to be used for NFT giveaway. You basically buy raffle tickets. So the more tokens you have, the more raffle tickets you can get, and you just decide what you want to enter. So we'll have game nights where we'll do raffles. We'll have big NFT giveaways like Umans and things where we do raffles. We'll have GameFi coming in the future. We got some partnerships there. Well, you'll be able to use that to power up your team when there's wars and stuff. So super exciting. But right now, at the very beginning, those of you who own the most, you're just going to be stacking the most labs. So that's pretty exciting for just utility sake and just rewarding our holders. So that being said, Hex, I'm sorry you couldn't talk during that, but I'm not sorry because I didn't want to distract you. First off, you're not human. That explains the situation. Like this, there's no way you could be a human and do what you just did. That was incredible. Talk to us about what it was like having people watch you live do your art. Was there pressure, or did you just tune us out?
No, it was pretty simple because I'm using this AI generator. So I just pressed it, and it starts to emulate that is actually drawing. So yeah, no, kidding apart, joking apart. Well, yeah, I was not sure what to create, so I played safe, and I was kind of doodling around. Yeah, no, actually, it will be way more pressure, I guess, if I'm not drawing because I'm kind of distracted. So I feel more comfortable drawing than being publicly exposed, let's say. But yeah, it was lots of fun. It will keep finishing the last layers for this, and yes.
Let me ask you, when I'm looking at that layer that you're doing coming out of the chest, when you actually look at the ingredients, it looks like it ate those things and they're seeping their way out of it. Is that kind of your vision for what it is, or am I off?
Yeah, it's this kind of jelly. Not sure if the jelly is the best word, but this a sticky glue or stuff like that. And yeah, everything was absorbed. Like we have some bones. You have a smartphone that it's almost impossible to see right now because it's not covered. But yeah, some mundane stuff, I would say. But yeah, that was the goal.
Because if it wasn't stuff that it like consumed, I was going to be very disappointed in the fact that the creatures had tiny little arms and it had a purse. And so if that's the type of creature, yeah, the orcs are going to win the battle. I'll tell you that much. So
they live on Friday night, you know.
Oh, awesome. Well, Nimbus, any final thoughts, man? I'm excited for next time for you to do the drawing. So
Yeah, me too. I'm really looking forward to that. I just wanted to say that hearing you guys talk about spatial gets me really excited. If you need any help with that, I'd be more than happy to help out. I am pretty familiar with the application. I would also say that the Jukebox Us Music Lads are working very hard to figure out the way to throw the best concert experiences we can utilizing spatial IO, and I'm really looking forward to that as well.
heck yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for I'm excited for music NFTs in general. Bring that to the space, seeing what's going to happen there, seeing Fantom really be a front runner in that, because like you can't do it on Ethereum. You can't have people buy a track and pay $100 in gas fees on Ethereum. You know, it's just not going to happen. It has to be on a layer 2 or a layer 1 like Fantom. And I think that the community aspects of Fantom make it a perfect place for it to happen. But yeah, Hex, Nimbus, you guys got taken off the screen. So peace. We're excited. We are so honored that you joined us today. And thank you for all of you who are listening live, watching live in the chat. Man, super appreciative of your support. And just share this video. Let's get the word out. So many projects were mentioned. Tag the projects we talked about. Make people aware of this, because the whole point of this video is or us doing this is to bring value to our holders and to bring attention to the Fantom NFT ecosystem. I mean, that's it. So it's NFT alpha, but it's NFT alpha about Fantom. And so Tinfoil, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, no, man. I'm so excited for the future of our projects, the future of the whole ecosystem. Like, it doesn't matter. You look around at any project right now, it is pumping. I love that. I do want to say you guys need to go check out Zombie Society, Hex's Genesis project. Floors are thin, and that's a huge opportunity. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. Things are going nuts. Get yourself an Uman. Yeah, crazy shit.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Well, for Potluck Labs and NFT Alpha, man, we're out. See you next week.
Check out.